Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the third video of the series, My Turn. So right now it's 8 a.m. I don't know what time I'm going to be posting this on Thursday, so good morning to those, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time I'm posting this. I woke up like this, but today we're going to cover one thing. Today you're going to experience what it's like to have OCD. So you're going to place yourself in the shoes of someone that suffers from OCD. You're going to be doing an exercise that I'm going to guide you through for you to get a better understanding of what it's like to have this disorder. So I do have to say, this video may be a trigger for some people. If you already have an anxiety disorder in some way, you do not need to move forward with this. If you're uncomfortable already, I totally understand. You can stop the video. For those that are willing, you're going to know what it's like to have OCD by doing this exercise. Okay? So let's move forward. Let's go ahead and get this started. So what you're going to need for this exercise, you're going to need a pen and a paper. And you're really going to need it because my voice is not enough for this exercise. The only way for this is going to work, only way that this exercise is going to work is you're going to need that pen and paper. So get on out of here. Go get that pen and paper. I'll give you about eight seconds. I'll give you 8 seconds while I drink this water. Okay, if you need more time, you can pause the video. Now, you have your pen and your paper in front of you. You're going to write down these 3 things that I say. Word for word, you're going to write down exactly what I say. The first thing that you're going to write is this. If I touch this doorknob, I will die a horrible death. Now, the second thing you're going to write is this. If I'm around a knife, I will kill someone. Now, the last thing you're going to write is this. If I think these thoughts, then they will happen. Now, I'm not there to check anyone's work. I'm just going to assume. Some people probably didn't follow through with this. They probably stopped. I'll get back to that in a moment. For those that followed through and wrote down all 3 of these things, this is what you're going to do to complete this exercise. You're going to take that piece of paper with you wherever you go for an entire week. Now, if you still go into work these days, you're going to take it with you. Don't leave the house without it. Take that piece of paper with you. If you sit at a desk, you're going to place it right in front of you at a desk where you can see it at all times. Do not let it out of your sight. If you stay at home, if you work at home most of the time, or if you're at home most of the time, this is what you're going to do. You're going to keep it next to you. Do not let it out of your sight at any point. Keep it with you for an entire week to complete this exercise. Now, for those that didn't write down 1, 2, or all of them, did you stop because you felt uncomfortable? Did you feel that writing these things down were nonsense or crazy in a way? Now, I'm going to assume that you do not have any anxiety disorders whatsoever. I'm going to assume that you stopped this exercise because you felt uncomfortable, and that's okay. Now, imagine what it's like for someone that lives with OCD and has to live this way every day. If you felt uncomfortable with no disorder, imagine someone that has this and how uncomfortable they are. The great part about this exercise is for those that wrote all these 3 down, or for those that did not, you had the free will to stop at any time you wanted. If you felt uncomfortable doing this exercise, you could have stopped. You probably actually just stopped the video or fast forwarded or dropped the pen and are now just listening to me. You had the free will to stop at any moment. Those with OCD, they don't have free will. they are forced to think these thoughts. They don't have a piece of paper that they can burn, throw away, tear up, shred. Instead, their mind replays these thoughts over and over again every day. They have no free will. They are forced to think these thoughts, and they are forced to live a reality that's false. But the mind is that powerful that it really feels as if these thoughts are going to be acts that they are eventually going to commit. So for those that are going to be carrying this note around them for a week, you will have a better experience of knowing what it's like to have OCD. By keeping that piece of paper with you, you're going to be attached to it for a week. Imagine those are thoughts that you cannot get rid of forever. A week will give you a better idea of what it's like. For those that didn't write down these 3 things, that's okay. You got a glimpse of what it was like. You felt the uneasy feelings. For those that are following through with this 100%, you'll know what it's like to live with this. If you're going to carry this around with you for a week, let me ask you this. What if someone were to find that note? Are you now afraid? Do you fear the judgment that they're going to think of? Are you willing to accept the risk that if someone finds this note, they're going to see these things written down on it, and it's going to come back to you? Are you going to own up to it, tell them you're doing an exercise? Or are you going to deny it? Okay, so say you tell them the truth. I'm doing this for an exercise. Let me ask you the second question. What if they don't believe you? And they think you're crazy? So if you're willing to carry this note around with you for a week, if you're willing to accept the risk that someone may find out about it, then you will know what it's like to have OCD, but living with it in silence. If you're somewhat afraid of the judgment of someone finding this note, now imagine someone that has OCD, but what they're going through is invisible, and no one will believe them. This exercise can demonstrate to you what it's like to live with OCD and to suffer from it. What I'm trying to say is that living with OCD is more than just a joke that people use when they're afraid of others judging them for being organized. I hear a lot when people say, I'm so OCD. Sorry, that's just my OCD coming out. When a cashier, for example, gives you back your change and the dollar bills are faced one way and she laughs and says, I'm sorry, I'm just so OCD. That's just me. By doing this exercise, you'll know that that's not what OCD is. It's not talked about a lot. This exercise will demonstrate to you what it's really like to live with OCD. It's painful. A person that has OCD does not openly share that they have that condition with smiles and laughter. No, if they have it, if they ever share it with someone, it's shared with pain and fear, like how it was for me in the first video. This exercise will show you what it's like living with the condition that you are forced to think these thoughts and can't escape from. I hope those that are going to follow through with this, I hope you follow through with it. I think it'll be a great experience for you. For those that didn't write this down, that's okay. You can always come back to this video and try it. I hope this experience can help you understand more what it's like having OCD. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope that you're okay after this video. I hope this video didn't trigger anyone. But feel free to reach out to me if you guys need anything. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.